So Josh and I met at Bonita Creek Hall in Nacogdoches my freshman year.
So me and Lauren actually met at Bonita Creek Hall of all places.
One of my friends, Stephanie Stitt, said, Lauren, I have this guy that is perfect for you that I want you to meet. He's on the baseball team and he's also a nurse. And I was like, okay, sure, cool. So I got to Bonita, and that night she introduced me to him, and I just fell in love with him right then and there. My biggest thing was that he had a beard and I loved it, which was the most random thing, but I was like, I'm gonna look for a guy with a beard. Literally just, Lauren, this is Josh. Josh, this is Lauren. I was like, hi, I'm Lauren. And that was literally it. That was it. So our little story is kind of funny because it was not as easy as most relationships go.
We kind of didn't really have the conventional dating thing. Did the casual, just kind of seeing each other. I was too scared to commit for about 8 months. Didn't even take her on our first date until like 3 or 4 months into actually talking with her.
We went in and he did not ask me on a date. We just kind of hung out, and we went out to Yard the next night and just sat and talked the entire time there instead of dancing or anything else. And then I just had a big crush on him since the moment I met him, but it was not that way for him. So I just kept trying to keep my way in there, you know, and try and do anything just to get him to like me, because I had the biggest crush on him. And literally I met him in October, and we didn't start dating until June of that, you know, summer. Anytime we hung out, I just really enjoyed my time with him. He made everything just so much fun, whether it was just like us watching a movie or literally something simple, because we didn't go on a lot of dates. We maybe went on 2 or 3 dates from the moment I met him till we actually started dating. And I just really just enjoyed being around him. It sounds weird. I loved his presence. Literally that simple. I just loved to be around him. And there was times when he would tell me like, Lauren, I'm just not feeling this right now. Like, I don't think we should hang out anymore. And I was just like, oh, that's okay. And I would just back up and just wait for him to text me again. And sure enough, he would text me like a few weeks later and we'd hang out again. So we were off and on that whole time from October to June. And then there was one point when he kind of just broke it off in the summer, and my friends were like, Lauren, you cannot respond to any of his texts, nothing. You need to just cut it off. And I was like, okay, I will. And I did so good. And sure enough, 2 weeks later, he had texted one of my best friends, Margaret, and was like, what can I do to get Lauren back? And she texted me that night. She's like, he's gonna text you, but don't respond. Just don't do it. So I didn't, and he, Venmoed me to buy pickles the next day, and he knows that I love pickles, and so I was kind of like, what's going on here? And sure enough, I went up to my aunt and uncle's house that live right next to him, and he came over and he asked me to be his girlfriend.
So one of my favorite qualities, or just my favorite qualities of Lauren, is how well she is willing, and what the depth and the depths that she's willing to go, or the lengths that she's willing to go in order to love somebody. She doesn't care what you've done in the past, what you've done to her. She doesn't care really about any of it. She's always seeking that connection. She's always seeking to love. She pushes me so hard into that, because I'm one of those people that's super spiteful and can kind of back away when someone does something like that. But Lauren, she doesn't really care. It's kind of reckless. She just goes and continues to love no matter what.
So Josh does a really good job of just like showing to me that he loves me. He always says he doesn't think he shows his emotions well enough, but I think he does a great job of just like making sure I'm taken care for, whether I'm back home or if I'm out with my friends. And honestly, just like making me feel loved. He does a great job, whether it's just like cooking me dinner or just buying me pickles, something that simple. He does really small gestures that make me super happy. So like acts of service. He does a great job of that. But I think my favorite quality of him is just like how loved he makes me feel, even though when he doesn't feel like he's doing that. That's my favorite part, for sure. I'm excited to see him just be a husband. That's my favorite part, is to see him just take on that role. I feel like I've seen him grow up so much with his new job, but I'm really excited just to see him take on just being a leader of our family once we get into the point of, having kids and all that fun stuff. I think we can do a great job, and I'm just really excited to see him take that role.
Lauren, we finally made it. After everything in this world was trying to go against us, we finally made it to the day. I'm so excited, but I'm not excited specifically for this day. I'm excited for the life that we're going to live, the children we're going to have, the lives that we're going to change. I'm excited to grow old with you. I'm excited to wake up every day next to you. Lauren, I love you so much.
Hey Josh, I am so excited to meet you down at the aisle and to finally be your wife. This has been the longest season, I feel like, but it has been worthwhile. Every moment, everything that we went through, it has been worth it just to come here in Waco and get married. And I love you so much, and I'm so excited to marry you.
Lauren Ashley, when I stepped into Bonita Creek Hall on October 14th, 2016 in little old Nacogdoches, Texas, the last thing I was expecting was my forever. But to be quite honest, everything about us has been unexpected. I didn't expect a blue-eyed girl hiding behind her friends to be the woman that I would spend the rest of my life with. I didn't expect this woman to continue to pursue me when I gave her every reason not to. I didn't expect this woman to love me when I didn't even love myself. I didn't expect this girl to grow into the most powerful and loving human being I've ever had the pleasure to meet. But something that I'm starting to learn very slowly is the best things in life come unexpected. You and I both know that I've never been the best at committing. I tend to get in my own head and I can talk my way out of everything. But this has got to be the easiest decision to commitment that I've ever had the opportunity to make. Every time I think about this day and picturing you walking down the aisle, I have tears that stream down my face. And I've gotten a lot of weird looks at work and in public because of it. Lauren Ashley, I cannot wait to spend the rest of my life with you. From the mountaintops to the valleys, I will always choose you. And I will continue to choose every part of you. From your little snort when you laugh too hard, to that look you give me when I ask you where you want to go eat. I vow to never stop choosing you and pursuing you. I vow to always serve you. I vow to always encourage you in the human that you are and in buying those unnecessary swimsuits at Target. I vow to always lead like Jesus leads the church. I vow to stay in the easy and in the hard. I vow to always push you towards Abba. I vow to be patient with you when you choose not to confront someone who's wronged you, so you can keep the connection with them, even when everything inside of me is saying to fight them. Because that's who you are. You choose the person over the fight every single time. And I vow to learn from you in the way you love every day. I vow to lay my life down for you, and I vow to never stop loving you. I did, I do, and I always will love you.
Joshua Dakota Ponder, you are the love of my life and my very best friend. You are more than I could have ever dreamed of, and you hold every ounce of my attention forever. As my husband, you are all that I see, and I promise to only have eyes for you. My love for you is an extension of the love from our Father. Thank you for letting me see him every day through the way that you love me. Joshua Dakota, I promise to love you through everything and to always seek connection and intimacy with you even when it's hard. I promise to choose you every single day. There is not an ounce of doubt in my mind that it is you that I get to spend the rest of my life chasing after the Father. If it's a win for you and a win for God, then it's a win for me. As we chase after the kingdom in our marriage, I promise to never forget that it is He who is in the center of it all. As your wife, I will follow you wherever you go and drink all the coffee on the way. I promise to always be there for you when you need your feet rubbed after a 12-hour shift. I fell hard for you in 2016, but I'm going to forever fall deep for your heart, and I promise to tell you always what's on my mind and to never fall short on telling you how I feel. I trust you with the leadership of our marriage and will follow you wherever the Lord takes us. Your dreams are my dreams and your desires are my desires. Thank you for always choosing to love me. I cannot wait to start our family of little Thunder babies and to spend forever with you. You have my heart forever. I love you so much.
You know, last night I was thinking about what I was going to say today. And, you know, normally when I do weddings, I have a script that kind of stick to, but I realize the two people that are standing in front of me are not script people. They are, if you haven't recognized this yet, they're different in all the right ways. They are special people that I love dearly. Ever since the moment I met both of you, I've known that you weren't just people that you meet every day. You're special. And you make people that you meet feel special too. You know, when they first asked me to do their wedding, they only really had one request. And that request was that at the end of this wedding, that one thing would be abundantly and extremely clear. And that is that this wedding is not just about Josh and Lauren and their love story, but of the greatest love story that's ever been told. About the God who saved their lives. That the focal point of this wedding in every moment of their life from now forward is about one person, and that's Jesus. Josh and Lauren, you've committed yourselves to each other today. Remember the promises that you've made. Become one. Love God and love one another. Be full of faith. Trust in times of doubt. From now and from this day forward, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Josh, you may kiss your bride.